from this series need to talk about. Steph Curry was the first ever Western Conference MVP. Typo.
He was.
He was the first one, Magic Johnson Award. So, how does this impact Steph's legacy? Right? Is he a top 10 player of all time? What do you think?
I don't think winning this award specifically makes him top 10, but he can arguably make that case if he wins another chip. I mean, he's already the top 3-point shooter of all time, and he's still, got a couple years to go. It's dope that he won it, because when you think about it, he's been to several Western Conference Finals. So it's cool that we got to see it kicked off with him. But I think that he has a case. Especially if they were to get to the championship, I think not get to the championship. If they win the championship, I think he's like guaranteed top 10, in my opinion, because he's already got so many accolades, and he'll have at that point 4 chips. That's what I think, at least.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we pump the brakes a little bit. If he wins like Finals MVP and wins the championship, for sure, top 10 all time. Right now, he's on the outside of that. Right now, it's cool that he won Western Conference MVP. It's
dope.
Award. It's cool. He well deserved. But if he gets his Finals MVP, then I would consider him the top 10 player of all time. Steph Curry's legacy is still his legacy. He's still like the best shooter of all time at this moment. He'll hold all the 3-point records once he retires, by the time he retires. So that's his legacy right now. He is the Warriors culture. I don't ever see him leaving the Warriors unless something drastic happens. But yeah, his legacy is still the same. Doesn't impact it too much for me. Yeah. Again, well deserving, but for him, he's a player at this point. It's all about the rings now. At this point, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, greatest shooter ever. But that's where I'm at with it. Top 10 all time if he gets another chip.
Yeah, that's for sure. So yeah, that's that series. Any final thoughts on this series?
No, I'm good. Shout out to the Wolves for another trip to the finals, man.
Yep,
they had to go back, so it's crazy. They're really back.
Everybody, get ready. Get ready. Your team is, depending on how this turns out, your team will never win the finals in the next couple of years, depending on how this works out. So for y'all watching, waiting to see. Now let's introduce the Eastern Conference.